Hi and welcome, I'm Hammeh, and in this video series I walk you through fun extra facts, friendships and potential backstory behind the heroes in Overwatch that we discover through their in-game voice lines. Before any map starts and during the game on various triggers, Overwatch heroes interact with each other in some funny, weird and sometimes mysterious in-game voice interactions. These give us some great insights into hero character, interests, backstories, and sometimes even future details not yet covered in hero biographies or videos. In this video we're looking at Mei's story through her interactions with fellow heroes and the world around her. A peerless scientist and climatologist, Mei's currently on a one-woman mission to understand why Earth's climate has been drastically changing. There may be some bad Mei puns in this video. You've been warned. Firstly, we'll quickly go through Mei's lore and backstory. In the Overwatch world, Earth's climate was changing. Many blamed escalating unexplained climate phenomena on new technologies, the rapidly growing omnic population, and drastically increased consumption of resources, but its true cause remained unknown. To find a solution, Overwatch established a series of Eco Watchpoints at remote critical locations worldwide. Mei-Ling too was a member of this multi-year initiative. The peerless climatologist had introduced cutting-edge innovations in the field of climate manipulation that protected at-risk areas in Asia and beyond. She was assigned to Watchpoint Antarctica when disaster struck. A sudden catastrophic polar storm battered the installation and cut it off from the outside world, leaving the facility damaged and the scientists stranded. As their supplies dwindled, they entered cryostasis in a last-ditch effort to survive until a rescue attempt could be made. That rescue never came. Years later, when the team's cryogenic chamber was finally discovered, Mei, still in hibernation, was the only survivor. She awoke to a whole new world. Overwatch was no more, climate issues had worsened, and none of the Eco Watchpoints were in operation. Any clues that they had uncovered were lost. Mei decided to continue her work on her own. Equipped with a portable version of her climate manipulation technology and her trusty drone Snowball, she's currently travelling the world, hoping to re-establish the Eco Network and track down the causes of these threats to the planet's ecosystem. In spite of all she's been through, Mei's a relentlessly positive person, with an overwhelming desire to learn and to save the planet for future generations to come. Her cheery nature comes out in a lot of her in-game effects, like these.
Everyone is counting on me. Hey, look at me! I believe in you. Wow! Our world is worth fighting for. That was cool.
She can be quite apologetic as a personality though, as everyone knows.
Sorry.
Mei's not very good at insults. This is the worst burn that we've actually found.
You are terrible.
And she really doesn't like bullies for some reason. Maybe we'll find out more about that in future.
I hate bullies.
In terms of humour, Mei's lines also reference a whole bunch of out-of-game things. Unsurprisingly, she has a fair few Frozen references, just like this one.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Now this line's not in the game right now, we think, but we really wish it was.
Chugga 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 chugga.
Of course, that's referring to the Snow Chugger card that many a mech mage used to freeze and annoy people, certainly me within Hearthstone. Chugga chugga. Mei puns, they're definitely a thing, but we need to remember that Mei started off this trend herself. Here's some examples of icy and cold puns that she gets in-game.
That's amazing! Oh, that's cold. You got iced. Everyone cool it. Cold as ice. Cold snap. Hey, chill out. Don't get cold feet now.
Although she was never a frontline fighter as far as we know, Mei's previous spell in Overwatch means that she's already familiar with a bunch of the cast, although she is meeting some for the very first time. We don't know whether Mei and Winston talked before Mei was frozen, but the two are certainly good friends now, with their shared love of knowledge and science.
We should compare notes sometime.
That would be great. What's your opinion on the Tobelstein's gravitational models?
It was Winston who actually encouraged Mei to start her journal, which we've seen on the Overwatch website used to tease her both as a new hero and also Hollywood as a level before they were announced. Mei is also really positive as a character, and her interactions with her friend Winston are no different.
Winston, you're so awesome! Just like Sun Wukong?
Sun Wukong, of course, being the legendary Chinese Monkey King of the Tales and Journey to the West series. Mei even throws Winston a little compliment.
I love your glasses. So cute.
Oh, thanks. I like yours, too.
On top of this, she even goes on to correct some of his science, which we'll show you later. From her previous spell working for Overwatch, Mei and Mercy both go back. The two clearly have met before. Mei was frozen in Antarctica, and both are now incredulous at how time has flown by, but also how their looks have remained the same, apparently.
Dr. Ziegler, I don't think you've aged a day since I last saw you.
And neither have you, Mei.
Now, although we don't know what Mercy's anti-aging secret is, I suppose she must have some special medical technique up her sleeve, Mei's answer to Mercy's similar question is a little more straightforward.
Mei, you haven't aged a day,
What's your secret?
Cryostasis, but I'm not sure if I'd recommend it.
Mei also has interactions with a whole bunch of other characters too, in a series of one-liners. Mei's heavy winter clothing is of course a relic of her adventures in Antarctica, but also her recent trip to what we think might be Nepal in her blog. She does get a bit mystified at how Zarya withstands the Siberian cold though.
Zarya, I don't understand how you can fight in the cold wearing so little.
I'll tell you my secret, if you give me your coat.
We don't know quite why at the moment, but Mei's really not a fan of Junkrat. She doesn't like bullies, and therefore she doesn't really approve of his antics seemingly.
You're just a no-good bully. How can you even look at yourself in the mirror?
Junkrat also gets a barbed response from Mei for this line. Whether he meant it or not, who knows?
Brr. I get cold just looking at you.
Then you should look somewhere else.
The life of a pro gamer turned frontline fighter for the Korean military is clearly a busy one, and we get a little glimpse of Diva's out-of-mech life when she talks to Mei. She's clearly a fan of her blog.
Mei, I love reading your journal. I'm so jealous you get to go to all those places.
That's true. I guess you don't get to travel very much.
Mei's clearly got a bit of a hero worship of Tracer, as we've already shared in our Tracer voice line video. They have a couple of interactions, but here's the lines again for those of you who haven't watched it. The link's also below.
Chaser, you're so amazing. You inspire me.
Mei, you're the real hero.
There's also a line where Tracer comments on Mei's choice of clothing in a particular level.
Aren't you born wearing all that?
Yes, but it's too late to change.
Bastion as a character is pretty much defined by his interactions with others taking the lead. It's good to see Mei trying to get along with him too.
Bastion, you would make the perfect research assistant.
Just kidding on that last one. I'm not sure exactly what set of Bastion noises accompany this line, so I picked a funny one. Man, his voice line video is going to be an interesting one to put together. Out and about in the world of Overwatch, Mei's got a bunch of interactions in various levels. We think that Mei's gone to Nepal from her blog, and it's very clear that her love of the outdoors and the mountains is all around her here.
I love it here in the mountains. I wish I could go climbing.
On hot levels like the Temple of Anubis and Route 66, Mei kind of laments her choice of heavy winter clothing as well.
Whew, I think I might be a little overdressed for this place.
Now we know Mei's had a lot of previous experience in climate manipulation, and we think this line is actually for the third part of Lijiang Tower, home to one of the leading companies in China's state-of-the-art space industry, Lucheng Interstellar. They have a long pioneering history, and apparently are pushing the boundaries of space exploration, so this makes sense. Has anyone actually heard this one?
You know, I helped to develop a cryostasis solution for the space program.
Finally, we've already mentioned Mei and Winston's shared love of science in general. It's pretty cool. On Watchpoint Gibraltar, Mei's seen something a little bit amiss.
Winston, I think one of these equations is wrong.
Great attention to detail, Mei. Thanks very much for tuning in to my Hero Voice Line and Story series. If you like this video, please hit that like button below, subscribe, and please comment with what lines you enjoy, what heroes you'd like to see coming up soon as well. We really appreciate hearing everything that you think. Our Quick Start Gameplay Tips series, designed for newer players or people new to FPS, is coming. That's going to be going all the way through launch and beyond, so stay tuned next week. You can also check out more videos from this series, Easter eggs and map lore, and regular Overwatch commentated gameplay vids on the channel too. Links are all below. Until next time, I've been Hammeh, and take it easy.